After several hours of driving, signs of a village appeared in the distance. I could smell salt, the sweetness of the date trees. I slowed down through the narrow alleys with walls made of clay. Kids ran after my car, shouting through the cloud of dust, waving their hands. "Room! Room!" they'd shout. They were offering to take me to a shelter. I slowed the car, and one of the boys overtook the others. I stopped, rolled down the window. The other boys looked at him with envy. I asked him to jump in. He kept talking to me in a dialect I could barely understand, pointing his finger at the turns. I heard wind and bread among his words. I heard water and drought. Salt was inseparable from the soil. Cows soaked in shallow saline waters to get away from the heat. The tops of their coats burned under the sun. Patches of red, wounded flesh. Stains of salt on their backs. They lowed with a sound I'd not heard before. When I got to the house, the boy's father was ready to receive me, as if he'd already known about my arrival. I wondered if many people passed through the village. I gave the boy a small tip and paid the deposit to the father. I was told that I could pay for the food and the room when I left. The father showed me a fish inside a bucket filled with ice. "Baby shark," he said. We were still kilometers away from the sea, from the fishing boats, from where pearl hunters dive down deep, holding their breath for minutes at a time. When I asked where the fish was from, the father laughed, curling his thick lips, showing his missing front teeth. An hour later, the father gutted the fish in front of me. Stray dogs circled, hoping to get something. The father added wood to the fire, boiled the fish inside a pot. I watched the sons and the father around the fire before going to my room, their faces red in the firelight. The boy brought me my dinner on a metal tray, showed me my futon. He pushed his drooling baby brother out of the room and shut the door. The baby kept crying and scratching the door from the other side like a cat. There was no fork to eat with. The fish was served with yellow rice. I remember the father's hands gutting the fish, the wounded backs of the cows. The aroma of the spices filled the room. I took several bites, using my hands to eat, but couldn't eat much. I washed my hands in the bowl of water in the corner of the room. I opened the door and pushed the tray outside, then quickly shut the door to keep the little boy out. The bedsheets smelled of camphor. I was anxious that I wouldn't be able to sleep despite being tired.